So, hi everyone. My name's Marisol. I'm here with Tim Deverell, and we're coming to you from Darug Country in Sydney and Paramount Country in the Adelaide Hills. Before we get things going, we just want to pay our respects to elders past, present, and future. And yeah, we're coming together to start this podcast, Tim and I, to discuss the upcoming NDIS changes, all things NDIS. I guess I'll explain a little bit about who I am and what I'm doing, and then Tim, maybe you can jump in and just do a really brief explanation of yourself. But yeah, so I've been doing support work for a couple of years with the NDIS changes, and it looks like there's going to be a national rollout of registration that everyone's going to have to go through. So yeah, I was looking for a registered provider to tee up with and sort of start subcontracting through them so I could keep my wonderful clients and my job and the things I love doing. And then that's where Tim came in, and together we've been able to work together so that I could continue working. And that's gone so well that now I've had other support workers who are independent come to me and ask if they can do the same thing, which was the catalyst for me to create a project now called the Independent Support Worker Collective, where we're now building a community of people who didn't want to go through the registration process on their own and found that was way too stressful. So we've created a project for everyone to come on board and be able to work as they love working, but in a compliant way with the NDIS. And I have to say that's all thanks to Tim Deverell from Myndie Care. So, Tim, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what is Myndie Care and what does Myndie Care do?
So, obviously, Tim Deverell, and I am a thalidomide survivor. And so I have 63 years lived experience with disability. And I was in aged care prior to coming into the NDIS space. And I'm very disappointed with the way aged care was run. And I gave evidence at the Aged Care Royal Commission. Um, and unfortunately, nothing really changed in the aged care space. Um, but I had been working on and off with disability in the last 30 years, and I did a pilot program in 1998 regarding people with disabilities, and I kind of drifted back to the NDIS after the aged care because I could see people weren't getting the support that they wanted. And when they did get the support, they were normally overcharged, overbilled, over-invoiced. So I set up Myndie Care back in 2021 now, and I set it up to try and make a difference and do things a little bit better and teach people how to use their funding correctly and how support workers and providers should be invoicing and not overcharging you or not invoicing. So trying to do everything correct, if you like. So it's been an uphill battle to get going. You're fighting against a lot of people who are ripping you off, telling false stories and lying. And so one of the reasons I want to do the podcast is to tell the truth. Okay, tell the facts because there's a lot of misinformation out there. Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, social media. So if we can get the podcast going, tell you how it really is, and this is what should be happening, and this is why your funding is getting cut or not being increased or whatever, that's what I'd like to do.
Hmm. And how do you cut through like all the misinformation and disinformation? You seem to be privy to some information that not a lot of people are. So, where do you get your information from?
So I am talking with the NDIS Quality and Safeguards Commission nearly every week. We're talking with the NDIA fraud team nearly every week. And also I'm involved in working groups and advisory groups with the NDIS. So at the moment, we're working on the new navigator system, on how that's going to come out and the changes in the next 2 to 3 years around that.
Is that the navigator system where they're saying that LACs and support coordination is going to be merged as a role?
Correct. Yeah. And that's where AI is going to have a big input into deciding what supports you get, what funding you get
Wow.
through that navigator system. Yeah.
I think that would scare a lot of people to think that their future could be determined by AI.
Yeah. From a participant's point of view, I don't like it. I can't see how it's going to work properly. They're assuming everybody is fully aware and cognizant as you and me, and they're not. I've got participants, our participants who are adults, but they've got an IQ of like a 3 or 4 year old. And for them to fill in that navigator or go through all the questionnaire with a navigator, they're not going to be able to cope with it. Some of the questions could trigger, an episode, a psychotic episode with them. And then if you ask their family, parents, or nominee to fill it in, you're not really getting the truth. You're not getting reality. You're getting somebody else's version. So I'm not sure that the navigator will be as effective as they think, but it's coming, whether we like it or not, and it'll be part of their suite of tools that they're going to use to decide on funding.
Yeah, wow. That's kind of scary, but I guess it's good to know what's coming so we can be prepared for those changes.
That's correct.
So this is why I wanted to convince you to start this podcast with me. I know that you're probably as nervous as I am to be in front of a screen and put our faces out into the ether and the land of the internet. But you are a well of knowledge, and the time that I've spent getting to know you and Myndie Care, you've been able to illuminate my understanding of the NDIS so much. And I think with the changes that are coming and all the misinformation that's out there, I think it's just so important that, we have a pathway to be able to share that information with people so that they can be well informed when they're making their decisions about what support workers they're going to choose and, what providers they're going to go with. So yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to convince you to do this podcast. And maybe we'll leave it there for now, and we'll tell everyone we've got some really good episodes coming up. Our first episode is going to be about the current NDIS changes that are coming into place. So the changes that just happened as of 1st of July this year, and the changes that are going to come as of January 2027. So if you stick around for our next episode, that's what we're going to be talking about. And if anyone has any questions or they want us to talk about certain topics or whatever, feel free to comment on our videos, or you can also get in touch. We'll have all of our information in the description box below. So feel free to like and subscribe and share this video on your socials. And yeah, let's just get the information out there, get the truth out there, like you said, and get everyone really well informed so we're all prepared for the coming changes. So yeah, we'll say goodbye for now. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.